Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm in my KhadijahInspires.com tee in forest green with gold writing, and I wanted to say that 2 hours ago we launched the merch line. But I also wanted to say that, before the brand even launched, I had already learned my first lesson, and we're going to talk about that. So the two lessons that I'm going to talk about that I learned before I even launched, I'm launched now, but before I even launched, I was like, ding, 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 ding. So like weeks before I launched, I learned the importance of having variety in resources, vendors. Variety is so important. Like for me, I always carry the ideal because I get overwhelmed with choices. I like to have one clear choice and one clear path with what I'm doing to avoid feeling anxious and to avoid feeling overwhelmed. And I learned very quickly that in business, that's not really an option. You have to have several different sources. Even if it's the very same thing, you need to be on go and have options available so that if anything happens to one, you'll always have another. That was the very first lesson that I learned. And I learned that because initially I actually wanted to drop ship my merch. However, when I was looking at integrating the system that I used to create my merch and the storefront that I was using, they were actually allowing you to integrate it, but the actual vendor wasn't allowing me to put certain items on my shop because of the long fulfillment times. I know that's so annoying. And so I was like stuck, like, okay, what am I gonna do? So what I ended up doing is just for now, because I'm gonna continue to start finding vendors, but for now, my nose is itching. For now, I'm gonna keep the vendor that I have. I'm just gonna work around it. But I need to work really hard to find other options. So I'm gonna continue to push for it and do that. I already have an idea. I just have to work around it and plan around it. So that was the first thing I learned, is that with your vendors, have variety so that if anything happens, you have a contingency plan. The second thing that I learned before I even launched was that I was never going to be satisfied with the way that things were looking, and I had to just go, like fall forward and just go, because I'm super into like HTML and coding, and I want everything to look, I'm not an expert on it, but I have fun working around it, copying certain codes in and seeing what they look like. And so I wasn't quite sure. I was toggling between, do I want to get a buy button and have all of my basically all of my merch on my website, which I have it there, it's an option, but I'm still trying to like tweak the setup on my website. So I was toggling between a buy button or just using my storefront, because I didn't like that I wasn't willing to pay for another domain when I already have a domain that I'm paying for yearly to sell my stuff, but I cannot put my storefront directly on my website. So it's like super frustrating, and I was just trying to find the right medium, and the best medium that I found was to create a buy button on my website. But it wasn't looking right. And I was like, okay, I said that I'm gonna launch at midnight. I'm not gonna sit here and try to get everything to be looking perfect. I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna fix it along the way. And that's what I ended up doing, was just going with, because I also had to tweak and fix the coding and fix the theme and everything like that on the storefront website. So it was like, okay, I'm trying to edit my coding on my normal website, but also edit. And so it was like, I'm never going to be satisfied immediately And so I'm like, I need to stop touching it. I need to just stop touching it and just keep it as simple as possible. The simpler, the better, especially if you're doing it yourself. And that's exactly what I did. So yes, y'all, I wanted to make this video super, super short. Those are the first 2 lessons I learned out the gate. Before I even launched, these are the 2 lessons that I learned. The first one being having a variety in your vendors and in your in the products that you're sourcing. And that was the first one. And the second one was that you're never going to be 100% satisfied, so you have to fail forward, quote unquote, or just move forward, period. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm looking forward to doing way more stuff with you guys. Please shop the merch line. Very limited quantities, so I appreciate anyone that supports me. And go ahead and follow Shop K Inspires on Instagram. That's our community/business page. And I'm hoping that you guys have an amazing day. Later.